All right, discussion-based assessment for Unit 3, Abdissa Dinka. I'm Lisa Bloom. This is Modern World History 1. So, Abdissa, pick an example and explain how power and privilege influence where people live, how they interact with their environment at the intergroup and institutional levels.
The Southern Cape is a perfect example because they were colonized by the Europeans and at a whole 180 shift. The colonizers came to South Africa because they wanted the land there and resources, and because they had more privilege, they got away with it.
All right, so what happened after they were colonized?
Before they were, after?
Oh, so tell me about what it was like there before the European colonizers came.
Before they were colonized, the Africans, they were rich in crops, they were healthy. After colonization, though, they couldn't grow their economic growth. It was at negative 1%.
Yep, exactly. Have you gotten to the point in the lesson yet? This is a follow-up question that's not on here, and so you don't have to have it scripted. I'm just asking you, like, have you gotten to the point in the lesson where you go through and talk about where you go through and do all that analysis of apartheid, where it's like a little chart thing, and it will ask you, like, here's a statistic, and then it will say, what does this statistic make you think of? And it'll say, like, infant mortality rate of Black Africans versus white, or Black South Africans versus white South Africans. Have you gotten to that task yet? Okay, we won't talk about that then. Okay, great. Pick an example and identify and analyze the nature of systemic oppression on ethnic groups as well as other traditionally marginalized groups in the pursuit of justice and equality in Oregon, the United States, and the world. That's a mouthful. I'm glad you got some notes.
Prison is one systematic oppression because it's designed for you to end up back in there, especially for Black people. There are systems designed to work against people of color, especially Black people. One example is the police system, who racially target Black people and accuse them and falsely accuse of crime. In the pursuit of justice, the BLM movement brought awareness to police brutality to Black people as well as white people.
Thank you. Can you share with me a little bit about your experience of learning about systematic oppression, like when you were in school, like maybe with a counselor or a teacher, or just like at Roosevelt?
I had two role models, two uncles, and a counselor, both Black. Growing up with African parents, an African dad that's not from here, he's an immigrant. He doesn't really know the reality that Black men live in. And going to school is where I was first introduced to the reality of, like, what's it's gonna be like after I graduate, after I'm grown up from a nice man, Mr. Perry, and my uncles, going to high school here.
All right, thank you very much. All right, that's it. Perfect. You knocked it out of the park. Good job. All right, all done.